is the head of the Hooch, the second biggest race in the country. Head of the Charles in Boston is number one. So there's several thousand rowers here.
It's a beautiful venue. People from all over the country come here to Chattanooga. Like we said, it's the first weekend in November, so sometimes it can be a little cold. But in November 2021 was a great weekend. Some beautiful boats, great competition. People make friendships here and actually see each other on subsequent years. And they come, like I say, there's just schools and teams from just about every part of the country, so it becomes a melting pot. The amount of boats that are out there is pretty amazing. Great places to view the race. There's several bridges you can go up on. This is the launch ramp. You can see all the activity as boats are launched. Come back to a separate ramp when you bring the boats in, but lots of boats head up the river. You have to row up the river to the starting point, so it's a good strong row up. But again, here's a view from one of the bridges, but you can see it's just tremendous competition from start to finish. And I think Mike Connors, who's head of the race at this point in time, talks about it being one of the greatest, most friendliest regattas in the country. Everyone looks for those yellow buoys to cross the finish line. Like I said, there's a number of bridges that give great opportunities to cheer on your favorite team or individual. And we usually can have some really nice weather. But we have had days when there's been a lot of wind, and for me in a single, that's pretty the death march. But great time, great friends.
We're at the head of the Hooch 2021 with Doug and Maria. They just finished rowing in a double, which is a challenge, keeping up with each other. You must train together in order to do a race like this.
I think, Maria, you told me we were going to do this about, 2 months ago?
That's about right, yeah.
Okay, where are you from?
Originally?
Well,
okay, the team. Let's take it. The team is from the Raleigh-Durham area. So we row near Chapel Hill on Jordan Lake.
And it's called Chaos Rowing.
Chaos Rowing. I love it. Well, one of the things Redefining Aging is trying to promote health and fitness and get people up off the couches and just get involved in something. So obviously you're involved in rowing. How did you get involved? What has it meant to you? Just anything that you feel would be important.
A lot of the rowers here started in college and then just kept going with it, but not me. I got into this when my daughter told me that I needed to go out and support her when she was learning to row.
Okay.
So I've only been doing this about 7 years. I started when I was in my 50s. So, and
me too. So my children were rowing and they were having too much fun, so I wanted part of it.
so the children just made their way.
Yes.
It's amazing when they get their driver's license and you get more time. All of a sudden, you can go out and do a few more things.
That's right.
Yeah, that's great.
We're going to get to the boat.
Okay, well, let's continue. How did you get involved in rowing? From your kids, just watching them and seeing them enjoy it?
Right.
And every Masters Club or every area has a Learn to Row program, so you get started pretty easily, and everybody really wants more rowers in the boat. The bigger the club is, the more fun it is.
Okay.
And because of the Learn to Row classes, a lot of people do pick it up in their older age. People are still competing in their 80s, so
yeah,
it's it's a sport that can grow with you.
I would have been in the Hooch except Rotator cuff problem.
Well, that's the thing also about rowing is it's not a high impact sport. So there's a lot of people who come to it after an injury. Runners, some of my favorite people to row with are ex-runners who've blown out their knees and don't want to do impact anymore.
Yeah.
Right, get away from that impact.
So
have you noticed anything by maintaining your health and fitness, quality of life, doing things obviously with your kids and grandkids, that kind of thing?
No grandkids. First one on the way for you.
First one's on the way.
Oh, okay.
But in terms of quality of life, definitely, yes. It's less.
That person that's sitting on the couch that just doesn't feel like they could do what you're doing, what would you say?
Go find a Learn to Row program, because if it makes sense to you, if you think it's fun to be out hanging out with the team and challenging yourself to your own PR, your own personal bests, you can do it. You don't have to be the fastest rower out here. You just have to be the one who's having a good time.
I've mentioned this before at some of the senior Olympics that we do. It's many times the last person in that gets the biggest applause.
Right.
Everyone's cheering for that last person. It's a whole different way in masters sport.
And just to begin and get outside, because I think outside just feeds your soul, feeds the mind.
Any injuries or anything that you've been able to overcome because you've maintained health and fitness?
Rowing's a real all-over sport, and so the thing that I like about it is it's very opposite sitting at a desk, and you really strong core work. And we as a team also do a yoga. All throughout the pandemic, we had virtual yoga classes just to keep core strong, and so it's a great one from that perspective.
Yeah. We also like to ask, what is your strong belief? What really drives you? Anything that just helps you drive you through this crazy thing we call life?
I mean, staying connected to other people and being outdoors is for me.
Yeah.
And getting stronger, because it prevents you from getting injured. To a great degree.
That's sometimes I like to say that people don't get paid when they go out and train or do an event like this, but the fact that you're not on prescription drugs or having some kind of medical procedure, you're actually getting paid that way.
And there's a lot of stress in life, and this is a great way to burn it off.
Yeah,
it is.
You were all sponsored.
Yes.
It just gets rid of some of that stress.
And there is nothing better than being out first thing in the morning on a beautiful lake, watching the sunrise, and having a great row. When it's great, it's really great.
Do you guys train a lot at your home base together?
Well, the team trains regularly. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many people strong it is now. 20. I mean.
Well, we've had, especially getting ready for the Hooch, we've had 20 plus people out on Saturdays, Sundays, Wednesdays, and then Maria and I also have picked up, days where our calendar allows us to say go out on a Tuesday. You don't need a whole lot once you've got the equipment by the water. Just get good enough to go out, find a couple of partners, and go do it.
Yeah, great. Well, that's encouraging. Anything else you would say to those people that are reluctant?
Just find a group, because the camaraderie is also very motivating.
Yeah, that's what helps motivate is having other people that kind of.
It's a great group of people.
Yeah.
And that's one of the big reasons we're here at the Hooch. We brought, pretty close to 20 people, a whole lot of races. Everybody's out here together having a great time.
That's great.
And it's all ages. It's, we've got people just in their 20s all the way up into, I don't know, who wants to claim to be the oldest?
Not me.
Exactly.
None of us want that, but I was at the head.
There will come a day when I do.
In Oak Ridge, and met a couple of people there that didn't even start rowing until they were in their 70s.
See, isn't that great? That's just learn a new trick. Keep learning new tricks.
That's it. Well, thank you for your input. Appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
Nice to meet you, John.
We want to thank you for watching RedefiningAging.us. I'm John Disterdick, your host. And our goal for the series is pretty simple. We just want to enhance the quality of people's lives. So if you know of an event that you think would be one for good for us to cover, please fill out the form on our website, and not only the event and what it is, where it is, when it is, and if there's a person that you think would be a good person for us to do a testimony on in some event, please let us know. And if you want a fuller description of my testimony, you can either go to johndisterdick.com and look under ministry, or you can go here at redefiningaging.us. We appreciate your viewership. God bless, and hope to see you on more shows.